Although life in the camps for the soldiers during the Civil War came with many hardships, the camps were the only place that the soldiers could call home away from home. The tents were set up in a grid-like fashion on the campgrounds, the officers' quarters at the front and soldiers sat behind them. The camp was set up approximately along the same lines as the line of battle. There were many different types of tents that the soldiers used during different seasons of the year. During the summer, most soldiers slept in canvas tents. At the onset of the war, both sides used what was known as a Sibley tent, named after its inventor, Henry H. Sibley, a general in the Confederate Army. The Sibley tent was a large canvas cone about 18 feet in diameter, 12 feet tall, and supported by a center pole. It had a circular opening at the top for ventilation and was heated by a cone-shaped stove. The Sibley tent was designed to house 12 men comfortably. It can be seen in the current picture. However, there was an overcrowding problem in these Sibley tents. Luckily, soldiers created smaller, lighter tents that were easier to transport. In this photo, the open front tent in the center was the cheapest and simplest, commonly known as a dog tent. It came in two halves buttoned together at the top. Usually one soldier carried a half and shared the other half of the tent with another soldier. Dog tents were cramped for sleeping and offered little rain protection, but they were certainly the lightest and most economical. The ones surrounding it are called A-frames. These are considered taller, ranging between 6 and 7 feet tall. It holds two quite comfortably. They have a closed back and a closable front, and would keep soldiers quite dry in a passing shower. This is the most common tent used in the Civil War. It can be found on the right. A wall tent is usually restricted to higher-ranking officers. This tent provided more spaciousness for the officers to not only sleep in, but to also hold meetings in as well. When the harsh winters came, the soldiers realized that their canvas tents wouldn't be enough to survive the freezing temperatures on the campgrounds. That's when winter tents were created, often with short walls and insulation around the edges, as seen in this photo. Log cabins also became available to help keep the soldiers warm on frigid winter nights. The average soldier's day began at 5 a.m. in the summer and 6 a.m. in the winter. After the first sergeant took the roll call, the men ate breakfast. Then the soldiers went through as many as 5 drill sessions during the day. Here, the men would learn how to shoot their weapons and perform various maneuvers and marching sequences. Drill sessions lasted about 2 hours each. In the limited time between drills, soldiers completed smaller duties, including cleaning the camp, building roads, gathering wood for cooking and heating, and digging trenches, such as what is shown in this picture. Digging trenches included finding clean water. The lack of healthy water was a problem that led to widespread disease throughout the armies. Soldiers on both sides were relatively well fed. The daily ration for a federal soldier in 1861 included at least 20 ounces of beef, 12 ounces of pork, and a vegetable. Coffee, salt, vinegar, and sugar were provided as well. Most cooking occurred on an outdoor fire when there was more time in between battles, as shown in this picture. Due to the fact that slaves weren't allowed to even hold a rifle, they played the role as the cooks on the campgrounds. When not drilling or standing guard, the troops ate at dinner parties, played cards, and wrote letters to their loved ones. Writing letters home was what most soldiers did out of the rest of the activities done during their breaks. Their nostalgia was by far the toughest battle to take. They also played sports to kill some time, including baseball and wrestling. Both gambling and drinking were two other activities that soldiers participated in on the camps too. Despite these physical and emotional struggles that the soldiers encountered during their life in the camps, their strong bond of brotherhood kept their spirits up as they faced the harsh reality of the Civil War together.